him sufficiently
Yeah.
to be completely apolitical.
Yeah.
And although he was brought in, as he said, to help mummy, he didn't say come in to become prime minister. He didn't say, I want to be in parliament. He or say that he wanted to be a minister. He just said that I came in to help mummy. I said, how can a chap who has shown no interest in politics and who hasn't participated in the political life of the country, although he has been a joint secretary, general secretary for the Youth Congress and the Student Congress, how can he become the prime minister? And what Pranab Mukherjee, as he has clarified to me personally, said is that I only said that the precedent was that after the unexpected death of a prime minister, we always had an interim prime minister.
Yes.
He said we had an interim prime minister. After Jawaharlal Nehru,
Nehru's death, yeah.
we also had an interim prime minister. After Lal Bahadur Shastri, it happened to be the same man, Gulzari Lal Nanda. But then the prime minister was chosen by the party. And in the case of Morarji Desai, his entire cabinet left him. So that's how he ceased to be prime minister. So he said, in these circumstances, I thought it appropriate that now that Indira Gandhi had gone, we could have an interim prime minister before we chose Rajiv Gandhi as the prime minister. Because there was a general consensus that we needed a Gandhi, or that the consensus within the Congress, that we needed a Gandhi at the head of the government. That you may agree or disagree with that, but that was the Congress consensus.
But that consensus
So
still remains.
he made the mistake of bringing up the precedent. And his enemies in the party, and there were many, because he was so close to Indira Gandhi,
Yes.
they spread this canard that he had said, I should be the prime minister. He never said it. But the consequence was that he was expelled from the party. He was expelled from the party for 4 years. This is a story told to me by Pranab. And cross my heart, hope to die. I'm telling you what he told me. He said in 1988, 4 years after he'd been kicked out of the party, there's a chap called Mallu, who was joint general secretary in charge of Tripura, came to him and said, the prime minister wants you to go to Tripura and canvass for the Congress. So Pranab said, well, how can I canvass for the Congress? I've been expelled from the party. So Mallu was relatively junior. So he asked Santosh Mohan Dev, who was the MP for Silchar next to Tripura, and asked him to meet Pranab. And when Santosh came and said the same thing, he said, I don't understand. Here is the Prime Minister who has expelled me from the Congress. How can he be asking me to canvass for the Congress? I need to meet with him. So they arranged a meeting. And Rajiv apparently told Pranab, I never expelled you. I didn't even know you were expelled. And it's a hardly believable story.
Yes.
But when I was suspended in 2017 for about 9 months, Sonia Gandhi told me many years later on the telephone that she didn't know I'd been suspended. So sometimes these kind of horrendous mistakes take place, they do take place. But I think we need to get the record right. That Pranab Mukherjee was requested to come back to helping the Congress after it was clarified that his expulsion was a subordinate act at a time when there was great confusion. And after 1988, he was always regarded as second only to the main leader of the party, who was first Narasimha Rao, then Sitaram Kesri, and finally Sonia Gandhi.